What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Another beautiful morning in the sunny Split, Croatia, drinking the usual ice latte. Really refreshing. On today's video, I wanna talk a little bit on how Airbnb it's a game and how to win it. Like, as any game, you have a certain set of rules. You really need to understand them if you want to be competitive, if you want to crush it, if you want to win on that specific game. For those who don't know me, I've been in the Airbnb industry over 10 years. I managed more than 150 Airbnbs, made more than $10 million at this point on Airbnb. So I know a thing or two about the game. My whole idea with this video is just to help you shave years from the learning curve and actually accelerate you and be that mentor that I never had when I was starting out. What do I mean with Airbnb is a game and how you can win it? When I started out on Airbnb, my whole goal was actually gain financial freedom, time freedom, geographical freedom. That was the main driver for me, as it probably is for many entrepreneurs. I remember I actually got inspired by the book Rich Dad Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki, and I was working a 9 to 5. I was saving as much as I can. I didn't know what to do with that savings. I just knew that I wanted to do something that created passive income. So going back into like how Airbnb is a game, how you can win it. Well, Airbnb it's a game in the sense that it can help you. You can use it as a vehicle to get your life goals, financial freedom goals, time freedom goals, geographical freedom goals, and reverse engineer the result that you want. For example, if you are concerned more about money, you could actually do a lot of things yourself, so you don't need to hire so much. You could actually hit your target financial income faster instead of hiring and having to take an impact from your financial results. Otherwise, if you care more about time freedom and geographical freedom, you could allocate more of your profits into hiring, building a team. That way you're more hands-off in the business and you could travel more, have more freedom. Of course, you're gonna take an impact on the final line. All that hiring will have to come somewhere, and that's gonna be your profits. At the end of the day, I see Airbnb as a lifestyle business. If you're looking to scale as much as you want, I would probably do a different thing, like a startup venture, raise capital, find a co-founder in Silicon Valley and pitch to investors. But I think Airbnb is a good, all reliable way of building a lifestyle business and win at the game of life, ultimately, which is like the ultimate game we're all playing. So what are the rules of the game in Airbnb? There's actually four things. There's actually four things that move the needle in Airbnb. And it's not what everybody is thinking, like the amenities or the pictures or an actual hack. Now, this is big level, overall, broad, high-level strategy of the rules of Airbnb. The four pillars in the game are, first, your review score. In Airbnb, you are nothing if you don't have good reviews. Matter of fact, if you have below 4.6 review score, your properties will start getting suspended. You are at the risk of being banned from Airbnb. Your property could be removed from Airbnb, which is not bueno, as you can imagine. That's first and foremost the first thing you need to keep an eye on. Just make sure your reviews are 4.8 or higher. 4.75 or higher, you'll be fine. If not, you are leaving money on the table, you're putting your business at risk, and always make sure your reviews are on proper condition. And what are the variables, the things that make reviews high? Well, that's a topic for another video, but just an easy, simple rule of thumb that you could use to keep a healthy review score. Every single week you could export all the reviews. There's a really good software to do this called Riva, R-E-V-A. Not sponsored by Riva, but if you're watching Riva, I'm happy to an affiliate. And just see all the reviews that are not 5 stars. Just read what the guests are commenting and use common sense. Execute on that and try to fix it, not only for that particular reservation, but also try to fix the root issue of the problem, so you can make sure it doesn't happen again. Helicopter, thank you. Okay, we're gonna wait until that annoying helicopter goes away, and I think we are back. So yeah, going back to what I was telling you guys. So actually, you should analyze all the reviews that are not 5 stars, but also the ones that are 5 stars. Sometimes people are nice and they will leave you 5-star review score, even though they will put on the comments or like in the inside review something that's missing or something that could be improved on your listing. So it's always good to be proactive and read what the guests are saying and fix not only the problem of that actual guest, but the root issue, because this business is all about avoiding repetitive problems that will come over and over again. The second pillar of the game is revenue management. It doesn't matter how many properties you have or like if your calendar is empty. Hopefully all your properties every month they're with 80% occupancy, 80% full, or something along those lines, especially if you're operating in an urban destination. Exception to the rule would be if you operate in a beach destination with extreme seasonality. So high season, 80% still applies. But in low season, yeah, you might get away with a good 40, 50 or 60%, which might be reasonable if you operate like some sort of like very seasonal city. So yeah, revenue management is a whole topic for another video. The idea is to give you as much value as possible. If you have to use a quick rule of thumb, first of all, you should have a revenue management software. I personally like to use Price Labs. You should learn and actually use as much rules and as much customizations as you can inside, so it's actually gonna save time and it's gonna get the most amount of cash out of your calendar. Also, as a good rule of thumb, you can search on Airbnb the lead time of the average reservation on your city, and with that taken into consideration, like you should always aim to have your calendar full around for the next X amount of days, and X being the lead time of for example, like if the lead time in your city is 14 days, hopefully your calendar it's booked is with confirmed reservations for the next 14 days. If you have like 10 days booked, it doesn't mean that's a mistake. As well as if you have like 20 days booked, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but it's a good rule of thumb you should aim for in order to maximize revenue of the month. Moving on to the third pillar of the game. The third pillar, and probably the one that I like the most, and not only I like the most, but I think it's the most important thing and the most neglected thing and the most misunderstood thing, it's property acquisition, business development. The total amount of properties that you have that basically depend on the amount of properties that you currently onboard that month, and also your churn, meaning the properties that will do an offboarding on your company, or owners that quit, or they sell their property, or they just like they don't want to work with you anymore. Why? It's probably the most important rule of the game or pillar of the game. It's just because both revenue management and reviews have a limit on how much you can optimize them. However, the total amount of properties that you manage does not have a ceiling. So there's always room for growth. And not only that, this took me many years to understand. I think there's a quote from Mark Cuban that says, "Sales cures everything." And I truly believe in that, because sometimes people think, hey, I have a review issue. And I'm like, dude, you don't have a review issue. You have a property acquisition. It's just because like no matter, there's certain properties that no matter how good you clean them, no matter how good the guest communication is, they will have a really hard time getting those 5-star review scores. So that's an issue. That's a property acquisition issue. So yeah, that's a property acquisition issue, meaning that you're letting in properties that are not qualified, that shouldn't be there. Your threshold is too low and you are too desperate to onboard and manage any type of property, which is not ideal. Sometimes people think, hey, I have a cost issue or a revenue management issue, like I cannot make this property go 50% occupancy. The issue is not your revenue management. You cannot polish a turd. So meaning that if the properties not very well located, if it doesn't have like the right amenities, it's gonna be a really hard time to make it make it have a high occupancy rate. Sometimes sales cures everything. And of course, sales, business development, property acquisition is a topic for a whole nother video, but in my opinion, actually the strongest method I recommend for scaling your Airbnb management company, I think there's too much music there, the fastest and the most powerful way to scale your Airbnb management company, in my opinion, is having a powerful landing page, running to the landing page, and then there's all sorts of technology and things that you could use so you can implement, automate, and speed up the sales process. Like nowadays, you can use AI for the CRM. There's CRMs for WhatsApp with AI, so I highly encourage to use those. And so yeah, besides that, another thing you can use to accelerate your property acquisition system is organic investing, time and energy into really high quality organic reels that you can later boost and put budget, and they will really drive a lower cost of acquisition, a lower cost per lead. That's a really like lethal hack, scaling and growing your Airbnb management company. Those are the three main pillars of the game. You can also have a fourth pillar, the cost of your actual company, there are certain KPIs, certain costs that you should be concerned with, like housekeeping costs, your cost per checkout, concierge housekeeping, laundry, supplies. Yeah, cost of course is something that it is important and people usually neglect, so especially housekeeping cost, which you could easily be making like 20% margin on your cleaning fee, and I see a lot of people having 0% margin on cleaning, or sometimes even going on a loss, which is completely unnecessary and stupid, because cleaning fees on the Airbnb game, it's a big part of your revenue. So yeah, you should, I mean, 100% you should profit out of it. And as a rule of thumb, I think a good 20% mark on cleaning fee will work just fine. So that's how you actually win. That's how you actually win at the Airbnb game. You need to like learn the rules, and once you know the rules, you can use it to your advantage to create the life of your dreams. I'm telling you this because I've already done it since the very beginning. My whole intention was like create this laptop lifestyle. Don't be stuck to a chair, don't be stuck to a freaking computer all day. And from the very beginning, I designed my Airbnb business to be able to give me the freedom to travel, and I've always done it since the very beginning. The only difference is the more I have scaled my business, I just scale up the hotels and the experiences and invest a little bit more in fancier places when I go and travel, maybe travel more comfortable in like a better type of flight. But you can scale it up or scale it down, and you don't need to build a massive empire to perceive all the benefits of an Airbnb business. You can start traveling and enjoying life. That's how you actually win at the Airbnb game. Hope you take all this knowledge and execute, because as I always say, like, knowledge without executing and moving your fucking ass, it's completely worthless. And yeah, I hope this was valuable for you guys. I hope you can implement. If you stay until the end of this video, I highly appreciate you. It means the world for me. If you could like leave a like and a comment, I really appreciate it. It helps me and motivates me to produce more videos for you, give you all this information away for free. And if you want to join the weekly live coaching calls or even one-on-one coaching, you can sign up in the link below this video. And yeah, that's it for today. We're gonna enjoy the rest of the day in beautiful and sunny Split, Croatia. See you in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace.